Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from, and peace and salutations to the elect out there of Israel that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity, whatever way they can. Alright, this video is inspired by a show that I was watching yesterday with some brothers. And it's called uh, it had to do something with mansions, like nice houses or something. It was on Netflix. Um, I can't remember the exact title of it, but we were watching it, and they were looking for like exotic houses, not necessarily like mansions and stuff. And because they started out in the Miami area, and they passed by like these mansions, and they're like, yeah, these are kind of dull. And I was like, damn, like they're shitting on these like big ass houses. And then like Elder Kazak walked in and was looking at the buildings that they thought were exotic, and he was like, man, that's low level, like that ain't shit. Like they're blocky and made out of concrete. Um, but in the kingdom, we're gonna have super exotic, architecturally built, complex houses, man. They like they for instance, there's a building in Dubai that shapeshifts. It like revolves, but our who knows? Like our house might you know um, uh, be able to tell the time from an aerial view. Have all sorts of gears working within it, and elevators going up, down, side to side throughout the day and shapeshift. You know, I'm gonna get into the scriptures. You I'll start John 14:1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. This is Yahweh Shai talking, of course. Um, and that word mansions, if you look it up, I'll look it up real quick for you. Um, it really just means dwelling place. Yeah, dwelling, abode, abiding, and staying. So really, that goes into planets. You know, we're going to be able to dwell on many different planets. All right, more than less. Just a big house. But our houses. We're going to have guest houses. The size of islands, size of states. You know, and property expounding way beyond, because there's bigger planets out there than Earth. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. So I mean, we're gonna get to enjoy it with Yahweh Shai, under the, through, like under Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai. We get to enjoy it rightfully so, in righteousness. Because there's that saying, power corrupts. Absolutely, power corrupts. Roughly paraphrasing it, because this flesh is corruptible, man. We're constantly at war with it, but in the kingdom, that new covenant is going to be established. We get to live at peace with ourselves, in those luxurious houses, and glorious fields. Um, I'm gonna get 1 Corinthians 2:9. But as it is written, eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him. That's talking about the elect, because the elect at the end of the day are the only ones that love him. This is a precept to back it up. Isaiah 64:4. For since the beginning of the world men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither hath the eye seen, O Yahweh, beside thee, what he hath prepared for him that waiteth for him, you know? And the ones that are watching and waiting for Yahweh Shai to come back is the elect. And it's going to be glory that no other person has seen. Because you can go on YouTube and look at mansions in Dubai and super yachts and private jets and all this stuff, and they make you start imagining what the kingdom's going to be like. But what you can imagine isn't anything close uh, to what's going to be revealed in us. That's the spirit, because I was roughly paraphrasing this and didn't even mean to. Romans 8:16, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And if children, if we're children of Yahweh, then heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Because if we suffer with Yahweh Shai, then we're going to be glorified with him. Because whenever somebody is going to think about Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, they're automatically going to think of the elect right after that. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Okay, so what? You don't get a big enough house. Okay, so what? You wish you had a nicer car. So what, man? With the glory that's gonna be revealed in us, just the this, for example. This is something just to awe at. This is Second Ezra 2:42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, a literal crown, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So Yahweh Shai, this is talking about Yahweh Shai, that was more exalted. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God, which is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. Now are they crowned and receive palms. So I mean that's a magnificent glory that you can obtain if you strive unto death for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that crown is going to be, custom just for you. It's not going to look like, your brother's crown. If you like certain type of animals, it's going to be drawn on your favorite colors. A new color. Colors outside of the color wheel that you're used to seeing. Because you know how like dogs can only see primary colors, and humans can see more colors than dogs. Hey man, we're getting new bodies, so we're gonna be able to see new colors. And made out of precious stones and metals. New elements from different planets. Because that periodic table, those are just elements on the Earth. But like I said, those mansions are different planets, man. This is Deuteronomy 28th chapter, the blessings in it. All right, because when you think of Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter, you can't help but think about the curses. But the curses are going to be lifted up off of us when we're in the kingdom, when we get those new bodies. But I'm going to read you blessings too, because they're comforting, man. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, by Hashem Yahushai, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So we're gonna be the top dog, man. Top shelf, premium, the elite. We're gonna be running shit. Alright? And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. These blessings are gonna overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, which we can't help to, because the laws are going to be written on our inward parts. Matter of fact, I'm just going to get it. Alright, this is Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So this is clearly telling you that the new covenant is only for Israel and Judah, not other nations, man. Plain as day. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand and bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. That's talking about the old covenant. The old covenant was only made with Israel. Alright? Although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. Alright? And they shall teach no more every man and his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord. Know Yahweh. Know Yahushai. For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. And that's a beautiful thing, man. The prophets get to retire after the new covenant is established. Because your children are going to be brought up in righteousness. From the time they're born, their mothers are going to be teaching them the customs and culture of Israel, and so on and so forth. And the law is going to be written on their inward parts. You're not going to have to war in your mind about, oh, what do the scriptures say about this? What does the scripture say about how I should handle this? We're going to be executing judgment like it's second nature, like it's first nature, for that matter. So I mean, it's we're gonna be hearkening unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, our power. But anyways, the third verse: Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. So whether you're living in the city for a bit, you're blessed. If you want to live out in the country, you're blessed. If you want to live on the island, you're blessed. If you want to jump planets, if you want to live on in the middle of the ocean in your chariot, you're blessed. If you want to live underwater, you're blessed. If you want to live out in space for a little bit in your chariot, you're blessed. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. So your family, blessed. Your kids, you're going to have tons of kids. The fruit of thy ground, talking about your harvest. Whatever crop you're growing is going to be number one cash crop. Everybody's buying it. The fruit of thy cattle and increase of thy kind, the flocks of thy sheep. Your livestock, they're all going to be nice, healthy, and fat. Producing a lot of meat, producing a lot of energy, tilling the ground and such, manuring the ground and doing their job and producing and they're going to be sold for a lot. They're going to be producing the finest leather, the finest fur coat, so on and so forth. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. So, I mean, when you're shopping, you're not going to look at a price tag, man. You're not going to have to worry about budgeting your money into your stores. They're just going to be, just spitting out gold to you. Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. So all of your enemies that try to build up an army and try to come at you, they're going to be smitten before your face, which means that they're going to fail. They come at you, they disperse, man, because you're going to be kicking their ass if they try to come up against you. No one's going to be bullying you anymore. Nobody's going to, these heathen nations aren't going to come up and scoff at you anymore. You're not going to have to worry about heathen troops trying to war with you. They're going to be scared of you, man. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. Alright, so whatever your hobbies are, they're going to prosper. If you want to make music, your music is going to be bumping. Alright, if you like painting pictures, those pictures are going to be marvelous. They're going to be huge. Everybody's going to want to buy your paintings and hang them up in their houses. Everybody's going to be wanting to play your mixtape at their parties. Everybody's going to want to know your secret ingredient at the next feast, at the next wedding. Everybody's going to want your design of clothing or your design of jewelry. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee. Thou shalt keep his commandments of the Lord thy power, and walk in his ways. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by thy name, by the name of Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai. They shall be afraid of thee. They're going to be afraid of you, man. They're going to finally recognize that you're a servant of Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai. They're going to be afraid of you. These fucking heathens are finally going to fucking understand who they're dealing with. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous and goods, in the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. So all the promises that you read about are finally going to be fulfilled, man. This is when the prosperity doctrine will come into play, But right now, it's the other half of this contract that's on your ass. So don't try to make it in this society, man. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heathen to give the rain unto thine land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. So you're not going to have to worry about being in debt. Worry about, hey brother, can I borrow some money? Like, stuff is tight right now. I mean, you're going to lend to these nations. Like it says, thou shalt lend unto many nations. Because that's how you make a profit. You charge them interest and they pay taxes on it basically. But you're not gonna have to borrow from these other nations. And brothers will be, uh, giving stuff out to their brothers. Oh, you want a concubine? Yeah, here you go. The elder Zahab in Mississippi camp, he said, I'm just gonna be handing out concubines every time a brother comes to my house. Because we're gonna have the means to do so. We're gonna have materials on top of materials, importing and exporting materials from different planets, man, by the millions. Alright? And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. So you're going to be top dog, man. Top shelf. The best. And thou shalt be above only. And thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. Thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them, which we won't do in the kingdom. Alright? This is Proverbs 8 and 11. Like I was saying, by now that other half of that contract in Deuteronomy the 28 is on our ass. So we can't get those riches right now. Alright? But I'm gonna tell you, Proverbs 8 and 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. Alright? That true wisdom is wisdom of these scriptures, knowing how to conduct yourself on this side, knowing how to behave yourself, discipline yourself to be called a servant of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. It's better than anything that can be desired. This is coming from the mouth of wisdom of Solomon, who had all things, because I'm going to get it. 2 Chronicles 1 and 11. And God said unto Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, neither yet hast asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayst judge my people over whom I have made thee king. Because that's why he asked for wisdom and knowledge for himself, is so that he could judge the people. So he knew what to do with those riches. So he knew what to do with that wealth and honor and respect that he had. So he could understand like how to increase those riches and wealth. Because you got a lot of people that just want rich and wealth to stun on people. A selfish thing. You want to be a king just so you could, stun on your brothers, man. To make them envy you. Which is wicked as hell, man. You should want to be a king so you know how to rule over your people. So you can share the wealth and increase it. But it says, wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had that had been before thee, neither shall there any after thee have the like. So Solomon had all that, man. He was like, wisdom is the top-notch thing to have. Because in getting wisdom, you're going to get the kingdom. Alright? So with that, I hope this video was uplifting, for you to strive in this thing. Give you a faith booster to build on your wisdom. That's very important, Akim. All these videos are going out about, trimming trimming off, cut off the hand that offends you, pluck out the eye that offends you, fasting more, basically building up your spirit, man. And no other camp, no other philosophy is doing that, man. Nobody else is warning you of these prophecies. Nobody is encouraging you to build your spirit, man. It's only Great Millstone. So continue watching Great Millstone, all right? Because these are the only people that I see right now that have the truth. All right. So with that, I hope this was uplifting and edifying. Shalom.